Shawty, get out of your feelings. I'm in the money, not low. I'm in the paper stacking low. Ain't no time for you. Shawty, get out of your feelings. Shawty, get out of your feelings. I'm busy and focused on making a million. Concentrated on making a killing. Please, shawty, get out of your feelings. Ain't no time for you. Shawty, get out of your feelings. Ain't no time for you. Please, shawty, get out of your feelings. Out of your feelings.
Snodge book.
Shawty, get out of your feelings.
I told her get out of her feelings. I had to get out of my feelings. Cause ain't no money in there.
Foreign language, bro. I'm trying to tell you that women don't bring real value. And I'm not saying that women can't bring real value, but what they think is valuable is not really valuable. Love is not a valuable thing. It's not a commodity that you can spend or get. Or, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't bring nothing that can help us move forward if shit get ugly. What that dude was saying was everything that you do can be held in the court of law. Nothing that the women do can be held in the court of law. You just gotta suck that shit up. And how is that? That lets you know who's the prize right now, because if you have value, they can put stuff to stop the value of it.
Right.
What the man was saying, that it's nothing that the courts can do to stop the value of a woman, because the value of a woman is not seen in society. And it is not us saying that. The world is saying that, bro. But they'll get mad at men who say this stuff because it hurts their feelings. You know, it's that uncomfortableness that they get when they realize that maybe, and this is what I really think. Women are starting to realize this, that they've been lied to since they was kids, and their parents, their mom was lied to, that you're not the prize. You're not the person, because everything you want comes from a man. And then you got the women who go and get it themselves and do get money and stuff. They don't have a man either. The woman who can't, that, you know what I'm saying? You both are in a position because you got, yeah, exactly. Because the women that do got money, they still out here saying, "Oh, I can't find a man." And then the women who don't got the money and want it, they can't find a man. And why is that? That's because you haven't realized that your value comes from us. We what make you valuable. Men make women valuable. And if we don't make you valuable, then you have no value. And just like you said about men, we were put on this planet to be used, because that's what the dynamics say. So if we were put on this planet, think about it. If women really was the prize, why didn't God make them first? Why is it now Eve didn't it?
Right. Cause and thing about it is, exactly. So why wasn't you made from the real?
Why were we made from the women?
You're here to be a helpmate.
Exactly.
You help. So your purpose is helping the mate.
So how is a person that's helping
is the mate?
Yeah. So how is you being a helper make you more valuable? If you got a business and you started a business and you start getting it right, and then you start hiring people to help you with your business, how then is the people helping you with your business more valuable than you?
Exactly.
And that's what I'm trying to say, women.
Granted, you need the people, you need the workers to run the business to keep the operation flowing. But the thing about that is interchangeable.
Exactly. I can change somebody else to do your job.
Anybody can do your job. But you just can't find any job.
Exactly. We got to give you the job. Somebody has to give you, like I said, somebody has to give women their worth. Let's just be honest. If a man doesn't give a woman her worth, they end up on OnlyFans because the only worth they have is their body.
And thing about it, as you say, they end up on OnlyFans, they still did they work from a man.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Nothing that a woman can do where it won't somehow see, and this is what make me not understand women.
Right.
If women, because there's some rich women out there.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Go buy an island. Rich women go buy an island and take a majority of the women with y'all.
Right.
And just let it be y'all women and build y'all a goddamn infrastructure and build you a working, thriving community society without me. And let's see what society. It's been proven. I don't know if you've seen that show. They sent some women
survival
out.
show.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
sent all these women out, and they made them build their homes, by themselves, and they sent a group of men. Now these women weren't even women that didn't know. They sent educated, well-trained women to go build a society amongst number women. They sent
Right.
men to a society to build. The men had that shit built within hours.
Yeah.
They had a hierarchy. They had jobs listed. They had things to do, and they got the shit done. The women, they were still trying to figure out who the fuck and what the fuck, because they want everybody to work together. And somebody, well, why I got to do this and why? What? Come on, man. And women need to just stop. Women know that they don't want to do the hard labor. Even the women that do
At
the
all.
hard labor, you got a couple of those buff women out there that do construction. Yeah,
'Cause
take
they
them bitches.
complain
Take them
about
bitches
being
with you.
stressed out. They work, they be stressed out by working their office job and dealing with this and that. But thing about I have a conversation earlier today, right? But more like if a woman work, then why should she have to come home and cook and clean and take care of the house? So I'm tired too.
Listen,
That's the dumbest shit ever.
that's the dumbest
So
shit
y'all
ever.
said so if I work, then I should when I come home, I shouldn't have to protect and provide. You know what I'm saying? So a motherfucker break in like, oh, I just can't finish the whole day of work. Can't you do it? Can't you
Yeah.
take care of you
Can't you
down there?
take care of that?
You know what I'm saying? Like that don't make sense. Like,
Don't.
well, if especially this one I hate the most. Well, the right guy to put me in my femininity. I shouldn't have to put you in shit. I do not contribute to your happiness, your motherfucking femininity. You should come with that. If you're conditional to your femininity, you just not feminine. You just a
Yeah.
masculine bitch.
Exactly. And I don't want no masculine
And I
bitch.
don't want no man wants another man. That's
Exactly.
into that.
Yeah, that's into that. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So
Even a motherfucker that like masculinity, that real J gonna get the real man.
exactly, and which they doing. And so, and what I don't understand is you said put you in your femininity tells me that nobody ever educated you on about being feminine. So the little slick way to tell me is put me in my femininity. Oh, so you don't know what femininity is what you're saying. Because if you go to your job, that job ain't gotta put you in the mode to be at the fucking job. You know,
Exactly.
coming into the goddamn job, you gotta be in the fucking mode to be in the job. So why the fuck do I
Exactly.
gotta put you into something and I'm the one paying for you and I'm the one giving you shit that I gotta now put you in that place. If you don't want, if being with me didn't put you in that place, then that means we weren't meant to be. If being with me and being with my resources wasn't enough to put you in the femininity, then that means that there is no femininity to put you into.
Yeah.
So,
You just a masculine motherfucker.
yeah.
Woman, a feminine woman gonna be a feminine woman regardless, no matter how long, many times she cheated on, no many times she got hit on, so many stress she go through. You're just feminine. There's no way, like if you like, oh, when I find the right man to put me in, no, bitch, you die alone.
But that's why they don't never find the right man.
Exactly.
Think about it. When they say that kind of shit, listen, proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
Half of the women that I messed with before, if you go find them now, they not in their femininity and they not with nobody. If they was with somebody, you could find residue of hate in their comments. And come on, man. Like, let's stop. I'm so tired of this fake shit, bro. Like, we adults. And the problem and that's why women always feel like men treat them like kids. Because in an adult environment, in an adult conversation, first of all, there is no kid gloves. I'm just gonna tell you what the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason we need to be gentle with you, but but the crazy part is they want you to be gentle, but they're not gentle themselves. They want you to be understanding, but they're not understanding themselves.
Especially in black community, right? Women are taught how they should be treated, but they was never taught how they should treat a man.
Exactly.
And the men are taught how to treat women, but were never taught how the women should treat them. And now men are learning amongst each other,
Yeah,
and men are starting realizing, because now we're in a day and age where they're bringing masculinity back.
exactly.
Motherfucker, they try to do a hit piece and try to, counsel masculinity by talking about some toxic masculinity. There's no such thing as toxic masculinity.
Yeah, that's just a word that was made up. And I think I sent you another video about it was by a woman. She was sitting here saying that it wasn't no toxic
Yeah.
masculinity. She
I
was saying
think that I was gonna play it next, but I
okay.
can't really hear, so I don't really know what.
Yeah. I feel you.
I
But
gotta figure out my headphone situation.
yeah, but they don't realize that it ain't no such thing as toxic masculinity. It's just masculinity. Either you're
Right.
masculine or you're not. And there's no way to be toxic. That's like it's like saying toxic femininity. It ain't no toxic femininity. It's just femininity. You not
You just a
you
you just
you
a
just a
toxic.
toxic person. Yeah, it ain't about your femininity, nigga. You just toxic. And then a lot of women, what I don't understand is just because you choose the wrong men over and over, that don't mean that you allowed to now place every man in this. Because like you choosing these men. You choosing how these men handle you. These things, men handle you the way you allow them to handle you. So you don't allow the man to handle you any kind of way.
Here's the thing, though, right? The issue is they blaming the men. Here's the thing, though, right?
Blame your mama.
If I go to Kroger down the street, right, and I go and buy steak, and the steak is spoiled and it's not good, and I go the next day and the steak is spoiled and it's not good, and every time I go there, the steak is not good. So I blame the steak for not being good. But thing about it is, instead of you keep going to the same place for it, some should click and tell you, maybe I should go somewhere else to look for the steak.
Yeah.
Maybe they're a better producer of steak in another place instead of going to this Kroger. Let me try this spot. Let me try another spot. But instead, women they would still expect great things out of the environment that's not producing the greatness.
That's called insanity.
But they blame themselves. It's not them. It's not that they making a terrible decision. It's everybody else's fault.
It's
No,
everybody else.
if every guy that you're picking is terrible, that means you just a terrible decision maker.
Yeah.
And you
Common
lack
denominator
the
is you.
proper guidance.
Yeah. Exactly. And they did. That's what they lack, brother. And the crazy part of it, they know they lack proper guidance, or they are delusional to think that they got proper guidance. But a lot of these women, when you look at their mother was a single mother. Their mother had kids that didn't have a father, and then their hurt transferred to you, and then that's when they tell their daughter, "Oh, you don't need a man." That's where all this craziness start coming in. Oh, you don't need a man. Look, I did it by myself, and da. But the daughter know, like, damn, yeah, man, you did it by yourself, and I live rough. That shit wasn't easy.
Mm-hmm.
But then when they get but one thing about it is habits are the hardest thing to break. Once you get used to something, it's hard to break it because now it's become mentally, you do it without even thinking.
I would think that women, I know somebody mentioned on a video, so I don't remember who it was, but women like being a victim.
Of course, I said that many times. They love that shit.
They
They
love
get some
being a
attention.
victim.
They get some attention. And then other women, and this is the problem. Other women won't, and they love to say, well, other men won't speak up to other men. No, we spoke up to that nigga. That nigga said, fuck it, he gonna do what he want to do. So we got to step back.
And he's a man, like, he make his own decision.
But with a woman, that's not the case.
Man how to live.
Yeah, but with women, that's the case. Women are sit there, see their friend doing fucked up shit, and keep encouraging.
And let them do it. And think about, you say that, like, that's not even, like, you said that, right? And that's not even just random talk. That shit, what you saying, I can speak on because I actually saw.
Exactly.
I see all the time women make bad decisions, and their friend will either let her make that bad decision or boost her on and add ego her on to do the bad decision.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
thing about it is, women, they are followers.
Mm-hmm.
They don't mind following their girl, their home girl, and their friends all day, all night. You tell a woman, "Oh, where y'all going tonight?" Just don't know. I'm not Scott. Whatever they want to do. So you don't know where they going.
Mm-hmm.
So, but think about it, you follow them blindly, but when it comes to following a man, you have to know everything. You have to question
Exactly.
this. You
Yep.
don't know, oh, you don't know you can follow them. You're natural followers.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're the home girl, you in your following mode, huh?
Yeah. It's okay for you to be in your following mode then. But when a man say something, I can't just follow you. Did you follow this bitch? You jumped off the bridge with this bitch. She done let you become
Right.
a hoe because she was a hoe. Now, but when I'm trying to tell you, hey man, that might not be the right move for you. You might want to do this if you're looking for this because she's looking to be a hoe. You're not looking to be a hoe. You might be in your hoe phase, but you're not looking to be that. But if all you got is hoes around you, it's
Right.
hard not to follow what the hoes are doing.
And the thing about it, they be like, they know it's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
They know this is not something they want to do.
Yeah.
But instead, they just follow it and they go and do it anyway. Just
And
like when they
both.
talk to a guy, this and that, like, oh, my friend, no, you allowed your friend talk you into making a bad decision.
Exactly.
And
And you
think
know
about
what?
it, when you're alone and now you calling them with all your loneliness and information, they don't settle down with some sucker that end up, you know what I'm saying, being in a relationship with them. You think they gonna listen to you if you offer
Exactly.
your bad decision, your bad advice to them?
Exactly.
No.
Exactly. And that's what I'm
Men do
saying.
not care. Women do not care. Women are selfish, right? Women are taught to only care about themselves. They don't even
Yeah.
care about each other. Because women is one that keep other women single.
Exactly.
But you trust her because she was there during your time when you went through a heartbreak.
And she
No,
helped you
she
have
was
that
there for
heartbreak.
the entertainment.
Yeah.
She was there because you in a position that worse than her.
Mm-hmm.
Now she feel better about her life because your life is now worse than hers.
Exactly.
It's not like she care about listening to you cry over this motherfucker all day, every day. No. They're figuring out how you is and like, oh, you don't waste this nigga.
Mm-hmm.
But yet you feel like you're loyal to this person because she was there doing your heartbreak and she's a true friend. They're
Yeah.
never your true friend.
And like I said, then half the time they probably the reason that you lost your man. And then you let the same person that helped you lose your man comfort you. Like that's
Right.
crazy to me. If a nigga helped me lose my job, I'm not gonna go to that nigga and be like, yeah, man. This, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, nigga, get the
Yeah.
fuck away from me. You helped me, man. You helped me lose my fucking job, bro.
And they can
But
even if they do break away, they gonna need the man to blame for it. Women are never just straight up. Women are not just straight up honest, period.
yeah,
Anyway, but they're
exactly.
not just straight up and honest with each other about stuff.
They can't recognize what they did something wrong, but you know everything I fucking did. And then
Mhm.
a lot of times a man, they be like, oh, man can't take accountability. Nigga, we got no choice.
We
You're not
gotta
gonna
we
let us
take
not take
accountability
accountability.
by default.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. We got no choice. Whenever there's a problem, it's always us. So when it's and I think women don't understand. If we always taking the blame and you know that the man always just accept it, why not give him some grace and be like, you know what, everybody else is weighing down on this nigga. And I'm gonna be that one person that don't blame him. I'm gonna be the one person that uplift him and let him know, man, fuck them other people, bro. I know what you trying to do. I see your you know what I'm saying, your goals and your visions and your purpose, bro. And them people don't. They don't speak that kind of life into you unless they already benefiting from it. I'm talking about the women that ain't even got you yet, who just really love you. Because most women don't just really love you, bro. Even
Most
you know
women
what I'm
don't
saying?
care about you. They don't love you. They don't care about you. They only care about themselves. If you're living in a fantasy world, you only taught that the light should cater to you. it's gonna be hard for you to care about anything but yourself. And even in the act of you caring about something, it's for yourself. You care
Exactly.
about this, but show more about your character. Oh, when
Mm-hmm.
they say, "Oh, I don't care about you," then why I do this? For your own
Own
ego,
benefits. Yeah.
for your own benefits.
You did it because
It's
you know
not
if you do
because
that,
you put someone else before yours.
mm-hmm,
You do that because that's a natural resume you building for yourself. To be able to say, I did this,
mm-hmm,
I did that. I
yep,
was this type of person. I was that type
mhm,
of person. If you listen enough, you'll see, you'll hear, you'll finally get to the truth of where it actually went wrong at.
yeah. But they're not gonna let it get that to that point because women don't like it when they're seen in any other light than what they done portrayed.
They love to save face. And that's why
Mm-hmm.
asking why is important.
It's important. You
You
have to
keep
ask
asking
why.
why, eventually get to the truth of it.
What you
And that's
should do
when
is,
and once you start tapping the truth of it, they gonna start getting more defensive. Why you asking so many questions? Why you want to know this? Why you know this? It is. No, we're getting to some truth now.
yeah.
Getting
That's
to
what I'm
some truth.
saying. If you start off asking why, they got to get used to it. That's why you got to come in. That's why I asked, why you trying to charge me $100 for this $40 pussy? And I like to make them explain to me.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense why your pussy is worth $100 and I know it's worth 40. I know it's
And the
free.
neighbor down the street giving up for 35.
Come on, but you done gave this pussy up for free to a whole bunch of niggas. So why are
Yeah.
you trying to charge me $100? Oh, because
Here's
I look
another
like a nigga
thing.
that'll
You
pay
ever
$100.
notice that I seen on social media as well, right? Where it say female will fuck a rich motherfucker for free, but won't charge broke motherfuckers money and shit. That miss proper pussy management.
Exactly.
So you choosing clout over money. So thing about it is like it showed us different levels of resources.
Yeah.
And
What?
that also showed the women mentality of not making the right decision. Cause thing about it is they see lifestyle. They want lifestyle. They're not really hard heavy on money or whatever because it's just a way to get something. Cause thing about it is they're using of assets. They already have the unlimited assets or whatever assets, right? Because they know they don't really need money. That's why they treat money like it's nothing. Because if you have your own ATM,
Exactly.
man,
Yeah.
why would you need money? You know what I'm saying? You gonna also depend on him to buy everything. So you don't even carry your purse. Most times women don't carry their purse in places. So
Exactly.
that's why they treat money like the way they treat money. They will spend reckless and just spend on this and
Mm-hmm.
that. That doesn't matter because they have no respect for money. And better yet, they have even less respect for the money producer.
Exactly. Facts.
The
Bo.
thing
Come
about it,
on.
they care more about lifestyle. It's a lifestyle that they in love with. They would never care for you. There's a few way people they fall in love, whatever. But most of the time, a woman will fall in love with you after seeing what you can provide.
Exactly.
If they see your resources is deemed worthy, then they'll be like, oh, I can fall in love.
And
You
think
know what I'm
about
saying?
it.
I can fall in love with it. They fall in love later. They able to fall in love with it. That's why when they don't care about everything is a tool. Female, everything is a tool. Everything is a step to the next thing or whatever. So a man just like, oh, I can love him as long as it's right here. They can cut your shit off like that. And thing about it is like, okay, boom. You would think a woman just so in love with you and won't do this, won't do that. Piss them off enough.
Exactly.
Stop providing. That'd be the last straw. You piss them off enough, then they'll go do some shady shit. But if you fuck around and stop providing or stop producing what the shit the bare minimum they require of you,
Yeah.
then they gone.
Then they gone. And that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, this shit right here is a broken record, bro. It's like, nigga.
It's funny, it's a broken record. But thing about it is, right? Cause I ain't gonna say I be in the street, but I be I talking. You know what I'm saying? I live his life,
Mhm.
right? It's a broken record to some people. It's a broken record to men, but there's still new women out here that never heard this, never
Exactly.
heard this concept before.
Exactly.
They still living in la la land. They never been heard of a direction from a man saying, "No, this is not what's going on." Because men will also cater to the bullshit that women do.
That's what you listen to what you said though. We'll cater to it. And that's what women don't understand. We just catering to the bullshit. We know it's bullshit.
You
And a
just
lot
want to
of
fuck
times,
right now.
yeah, we just don't give a fuck. But and then you know what else I seen? And I don't know if this was last year or whatever. Did you see it? I don't know if it was in Alaska or Greenland, one of them old cold ass places where all the women decided that they was gonna protest and not go to work. And then when they did it,
I think it was.
everything kept everything kept running though. And then
I
when
think
you
that was
ask,
years ago. I remember that. It was like a
you
couple
remember
years
that?
ago.
Yeah, and then remember what the people said when they asked the CEOs of the companies that the women
Work got done.
work
More
got
work to
done,
get done.
work was getting done. HM didn't get not one call. It was like a smooth fucking day. Because first of all,
Yeah,
most women only working in the HM department, the call center and shit like
right.
that. So
And
they
they
was like,
stressed.
we wasn't getting no calls. I'm sure the men was at the job able to talk how they want to talk, get
Yep.
work done, not
Get
have to
shit
cover
done.
for
Yeah.
another motherfucker. And it just, I don't know how many times it has to be shown because they showing that women, you need men. Like, I don't know, everything that happens shows that women, you need men. And yet they'll see that and still say, oh, we could do that. You did. You tried. You failed miserably. But women don't see failure when it comes from other women.
Right.
They just see that somehow
They
they
need
wasn't
more
given the
support.
right opportunity. Some man was holding. It's never them, bro. It's never the fact that, hey, maybe you're not as valuable as you think you are. And I know that hurts. Because
Yeah.
anybody, when they hear somebody say that shit to them, be like, hey, your worth ain't what you think it is. That's gonna make you feel some kind
And
of way
thing about
internally.
it, I had like shitload of video I want to show, so of course my head shit be fucked up tonight. And it speak on it. It kind of mentions kind of like sustain to what you're saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Um, it's just a point that they just don't. Their failure is not acknowledged.
exactly.
It's deflected.
It's deflected because it's always somebody else's fault that they fail. It's never their fault. Believe me, women will find some reason. Listen, you know what's funny though? Women will find when they can't find a reason, like when the reason that they trying to point out and you keep debunking that shit,
Right.
then their last resort is to turn to childhood trauma. Like, oh well,
Exactly.
I was this and this, but you lived in that abuse and all the way to now.
Right.
Now all of a sudden that abuse is holding you back. It didn't hold you back
Mhm.
from doing all that other fuck shit you was doing though. But now when it's time to take accountability for some fucking shit, now your trauma is the reason why you can't. No, bitch, you can take it. You don't want to. And just be honest. Just come out and say, hey, I don't want to take accountability for shit, bro. And then it's like, okay, now I know where I can work with you from. But if they say that, now you got to take this $40.
Right.
You feel me? Because
Yeah.
because they know that if
They
you come out
still,
and
even when they go down that route, they still find a way to blame men.
Mhm,
Being so sick, paying for this, they supporting
mhm.
it, blah blah. Y'all the one creating the content.
Yeah,
Y'all the one creating the environment.
yeah. And then think
So
about this: women will be like, "Well, if you men wouldn't spend your money on hoes, then it wouldn't be a problem." No, bitch. If you women that wasn't hoes come on and lock some niggas down like you supposed to, we wouldn't have to
exactly.
refer to the hoes. And I don't know if I sent the other video to you about the stripper. The stripper was explaining to women why men, and she was like, you could tell she was heartbroken. She was like, "Listen, I used to be a stripper. She found her a man. She was like,
Right.
everything. Every time a man would come in and see her, she would be like, "What you doing in here?" And the man was like, "Man, I just need to take a break. I need to get a drink and just, decompress." And she was
Right.
like, "Why do you need to decompress here?" Like she would have real conversations with men. Because the one thing that women don't know is that when we come to the strip club, like,
Terrible.
and the women said that she was like, I'm naturally in my femininity when I'm a stripper because I gotta be. What man want to come and see a masculine woman on stage? What they're not gonna choose me. They're gonna choose the other women. So every woman in a strip club has to be in her femininity. And she was like, most men come there to get that femininity that they not getting at home. And I agree with her 100%. Yeah, men love women. But if your woman was given the femininity that you get at home, they wouldn't need to go to the strip club as much. If you was in your, like, I'm not saying, because me, I like strippers without, because, you know, I don't got no woman. But if I had a girl that was willing to put a pole up at the house and give me shows at the house, nigga, I never, bring some of your friends. Come in here and do your thing.
Stop being greedy.
Stop being, I'm going to pay all y'all at the crib in a private setting. So now you ain't got to worry about no weird dude coming and making you feel uncomfortable. Bo, I used to throw house parties, nigga, stripper house parties, nigga, in Virginia. I was the dude that people know that if you go to Trap House on a Friday, Saturday, he more than likely got some strippers there. And I'm going to charge you at the door because, like, and I tell my niggas this too.
You know, that was like a fucking thing at one point in time.
Remember?
I always used to hear, like, everybody used to, like, have that shit. It was like a popular thing at one point in time.
It was a popular thing, bro. And I used to, because I'm a Florida nigga. And I don't think it was a popular thing in Virginia. I think that niggas that come from out of states that, you know, live that life, we brought that to Virginia.
And you know what? Everybody I seen had one from out of town, though.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Most of the times when it was niggas throwing these parties, they wasn't niggas that lived there. And the females, stripper females, they fuck with us. Stripper females fuck with me and my niggas hard. And I'm telling you, because, like, we come in there, we don't cause no problem. But I used to charge niggas because, listen, you finna come in here. We bought all this liquor. You got to give me some recoup because you're going to get the drink all night. And you got to come in here and tip because, listen, you're in a safe environment. You ain't at the strip club. You ain't got to worry about some random nigga that you don't know coming. No, niggas only going to be the homies. Only people that you cool with. And that's what I'm saying. But women, it's amazing. But women will talk down on strippers and they'll talk down on these people. But these women, the reason these women getting chosen because they're in their femininity. And men just like being around feminine women.
Men overlook a lot of shit for femininity. You think because you up high, you better this motherfucker here. Like, no. Motherfuckers see, like, motherfucker rather be around someone that able to at least, like, show they want you around.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They're not, if every day you walking in, you got an attitude, look on your face like you disgusted and you mad and angry like you don't want to be here, motherfucker won't be right. And you got a hoe that's ready to hair tank come in, she like a puppy smiling and got everything ready and really appreciate you and this and that.
Man, you come in the door, man. Them women already know what you drink, man. There's been so many times that I came in the strip club. Not even just the strippers, the bartenders. Getting your usual. They already got it for you. Like, that's just because come on. And then they was like, well, they getting your money. Bitch, you getting my money. You are too. That's what women try to act like, oh, you ain't.
Right. And you try to think they justify they getting your money. Especially one that be talking about, like, oh, the passport, bro, go overseas and do this and pay for this and that. What do you think motherfuckers doing nowadays?
That's what I'm saying. What do you think I'm doing home?
Bitches will greet you with their cash out.
Yes. Yes.
You got to buy me on bad for you. Got to pay for that. You got to do this.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
That's what I'm saying. There's no difference. The difference is we not choosing you. We going across seas and choosing them. That's the only problem.
Just to buy wet pussy, this and that, whatever. Okay, and if a motherfucker do decide to live their life that way, they're using their money.
Exactly.
What you mad because they're not using their money for your motherfucking bad decision?
Exactly.
They're not using their money for when you don't have enough money while you on vacation and you need some help. They're not using their money to pay your bills. No. Fuck that. I advise every man to get a passport, go overseas, live your best life.
And you know, what I wanted to do is get your passport and just compare the two. Go across seas somewhere, and compare it to the women that you're trying to get with now. The ones that you've been working your whole life to try to get with, then compare it to the women when you go over there. That's why when you see most of them passport, bro. And the crazy part, they think women in the Western culture think that women in the East culture is hoes. They not. Most of these women are working hard. Like, cause when you go most of the other countries, especially these lower countries, these poor countries, they gotta work for a living. They can't not just chill back and
Think
wait for a
about it as
man.
well. It's like most of these women, they understand the value of a man. So of course, when oh you gotta pay for this, they want of course. Same as y'all. You may be paying for everything. You may be paying for that, this, and that. But at the end of the day, you know you getting value out of it.
Exactly.
You know you getting ass after that. You know you getting catered to. You know you're not opening no drinks at the table. You know your food is being provided for you. You know their drinks are being refilled by someone for you. You don't have to do that, but be there.
Exactly.
You're tell man, like here's the thing don't bother man. If we able to just pay a price for something and don't have to do nothing else, that's life. That's work.
Exactly.
If I know that if I'm going to pay for a service, I'm going out to a restaurant, whatever, I ain't gotta open this, I ain't gotta reorder. You continue filling my drink up, this and that. That's what he for. Okay, this the bill. I take care of the bill. Okay, so what?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure my drinks are filled. Make sure I get my fries are hot. Make sure my steak is cooked right.
Exactly.
You making sense because this right to us, that money is just one of our resource, our tool that we use for peace and convenience. So we don't mind paying for this and that. We want the convenience. We want convenience when we come home from work, come home for this and that. We want to just come home, have our TV on. You know what? If a lady come in, they know what you want. If she study you enough to know you already watched it, you come in, your TV on, the channel you want to watch or whatever show you watch, your food is prepared just how it want. Your ice cold water is set to the side next to the food, and your everything is how you like it to be. And all you gotta do is be there.
Exactly.
That's the life a man like to live.
Yeah.
And to live that life, it take for a man to take care of all the bills and pay for this and that, whatever. I ain't saying like buy a motherfucker love, but like paying for a motherfucker lifestyle. Cause if you living your lifestyle and the person is with you, then by extension, she's living that lifestyle with you. I don't suggest motherfucker pay a motherfucker to be your girlfriend, love you, this and that, whatever.
But you got to though, Bo. Let me cut you right there.
Yeah.
I know you say you don't want to try to say that you're paying for love, but that's exactly what you're paying because they won't love you unless you're paying for something, bro.
No.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Come on. Yeah.
If I like to shop and do this, it's extended to you. If I like to do this, that's extended to you.
Yeah.
But thing about it is, you know, cause woman like, oh, well, I gotta always depend on you for this and that, whatever.
Exactly.
You gonna do that anyway.
You're gonna do that anyway.
Cause think about it, check this out. What are you gonna do with the salary that I give you?
Exactly.
You ain't gonna do that but save it and run to the next higher thing.
Exactly.
But if you don't ever pay for nothing, then what you need money for?
Mm-hmm.
Besides emergency situation.
Exactly.
So
I'm
you
trying to figure out that too.
Like, oh, salary for this and that, whatever. No, you're not getting a salary. If there's something you want, okay, what do you want? What do you need? This and that, whatever.
Yeah.
And thing about it, you also just can't front load most women with money and shit like that anyway. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be like, no, that's not worth it. They're not needed. Because women spend for recreation.
Exactly. And it's just when at the core of it, bro, it's just like you gotta make it make sense, women. We not in the era of shit not making sense, bro. Men not going for that shit. And we your brothers. We trying to help you get what you want.
It's coming from your brothers.
We your brothers.
Not no stranger.
Yeah, we not
It's learning
strangers
from
no
your
more, man. We
brother.
family now. So if
Exactly.
you can't, if I was, and this is, man, I wish I could have my sisters on here with, so because they could tell you that the info game that I'm giving you, I'm giving my
Mm-hmm.
sisters. You know what I'm saying? Now, some of my sisters are hard headed because
Yep.
they like you women. Can't tell y'all nothing, especially the women in my family. You can't tell them nothing. They done been cultivated to not
Yeah.
listen to men. And so, but listen, I've been giving this free game for so long, nigga. I'm really just regurgitating shit for almost 15 years ago. And this is what women don't understand. A lot of
Right.
men are regurgitating stuff because, and then they get mad like, all these A pill, we not A pill, blue pill, we not alpha, none of that.
We
We
just
just
men.
men, nigga.
Yeah, right.
We just men. We just so happen to be apex men because we made ourselves apex men with our other men telling us that we was apex men. I don't need another nigga to tell me my value.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And what women need though, they need other people, especially men, to
Mm-hmm.
tell them their value and their worth.
And that's who
Because
determine their value.
we determine. I'm just speaking facts. No women can find value, and I'm not saying that you can't be valued in your femininity. Yes, women,
Right.
if you find some good women, then your value is in them other good women, and then in y'all femininity. But
Right.
everything outside of that is based off of what men think of you. So if men don't think of you in a way that is gonna help them, and they only see you as a liability, because that's what most of you women are. You're liabilities. And that's the problem that they don't understand.
At all.
You're a fucking liability. And you want me to ignore all the liabilities because somebody told you you was worth it. But the person who told you was worth it, they not with you. The motherfuckers didn't choose you. So how is you gonna listen to somebody, even your friends? Think about this. The women friends. Let's
Right.
say that you messing with a girl and then she introduces you to her friends.
Mm-hmm.
How often have you did that and the friends start valuing you more than the chick you chose?
Often.
Come on, man. And so
Often.
what happens is that woman, because they're selfish, they're gonna do everything to the other woman to make them not want to be with you. Girl, you let
Right.
him talk to you like that, da 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 da. And this person ends up. All right, let me stop that for a second. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. How many times have you got with a girl and when you met her, she's always out with her friends? Let's say you met her at the bar a couple of times, she's always with her friends.
Right.
Y'all link up. Y'all actually start making motion together. Next thing you know, the friends she used to hang with, she don't hang with like that. Next with the friends she used to go out with all the time, she don't go out with them like now she want to go out with you and hang with your friends. Now all she
Right.
and then when you ask her why, because see women don't understand. Women won't tell other women this. They talk bad about y'all to their men. I done had so many women that I done dealt with talk bad about the women that they chose to be friends with, and then when they get with me, and I be like, well, why you don't fuck with them no more? Oh, this person this, da 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 da. They don't want nothing, da da da. Bitch, you been knew that. You been knew that
Exactly.
they ain't want nothing. You been knew that. But so that's what I'm saying. How many times have you met to a woman that was like, oh, I don't hang around women like that? Women say that all the time. When you
Yep.
go be like, man, you ain't got no friends for my homeboys. Oh, I don't really hang with women like that. Why?
Oh man, you don't
If
hang
y'all
with women
so
like
great together, y'all give such great advice and y'all do all this shit, why do you ain't still
that.
friends with them motherfuckers, bro?
Exactly.
You feel me? Like y'all ain't real friends, but then when you meet a man like me, especially when they get with me, and they be so shocked, they be like, You got the same friends from over 20 years ago? Yeah, yeah. And they all doing good with themselves? Yeah. I don't put myself with unlike minds.
Right.
If you're not like-minded in me, we can't deal with each other because men can't deal with shit that's not like them. We'll accept it and oh, you do your shit over there. But if you're gonna be in my circle, I can't fuck with you if you on some different time. Like that's just
At
men.
all.
Women though, they'll deal with motherfuckers.
And what they don't even like, they'll deal with motherfuckers they hate, which is diabolical to me.
Exactly.
Like, why if you dislike this motherfucker so much, why don't you just delete her out your life?
Exactly.
You know you don't have to be with this motherfucker, right? You don't have to be friend with this chick, right? It's okay to not be friend with a motherfucker.
Exactly. But the problem is they cannot not be friends because women don't like being alone.
Exactly. They
You
cannot
know,
be.
when women alone, they go crazy. Have you ever realized if a woman be too long by themselves,
Yeah.
they do extra weird shit on top of the weird shit they already been doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Right.
like, damn, bitch, like, why are you like this? And it's because they can't make good friends, bro. So they end up being this
Hold on one
toxic
second.
waste. Yeah, go ahead.